Yeah, but it's funny, man. I'm training this kid. He's gonna be tomorrow's last day with him training or whatever, but taking a couple days off. But yeah, he's a young kid, but he used to work on Peterbilts, and like I was like, you know, yeah. I asked him
Yeah.
about the air thing. He showed me. He was like, "Yep, it's crazy, man. I didn't even know there was like a bunch of air tanks."
And I recommend owning, if it's private vehicle, especially. I've got the factory service manual for every vehicle I've owned, like the maintenance
Oh yeah,
record or flow charts that come with it. You just don't skip steps. It turns out like hidden Zerk fittings lie in places where lubrication needs to go. Various
yeah.
release valves and air releases and pressure checks should happen every 20,000
It's all
miles. That
fascinating. My problem is it's not my truck, company truck.
No, if it's fleet managed, it's fleet managed. It should be done by
Yeah,
them, obviously.
duh. But I was curious about that, because
Hmm.
I get, I don't know what the fuck is wrong. I think because like my fucking front bumper is all like little rusty looking. They pull me over all the time, man. Like last one I had was like a level one. Everything's fine, but I learned about that, man. You got, water. He was actually telling me, man,
What do you
it
guys
could
What
be
do you
really
guys think
fast.
about ANCAP?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
no,
the fucking room.
no,
Forgot
no
about
cap. Yeah.
that. Yeah, no cap. I vote no cap.
No cap. What does that mean?
No cap for Ancaps.
Don't lie.
As in, you don't like ANCAPs?
I thought cap means like lying. No cap would be
Well, I
no.
mean that is
Okay.
true. That is just like a slang way of saying it, but ANCAP
Cap
is just anarcho-capitalist.
Yeah. A cap is like slang for self-service is capital.
Wait a minute. Anarcho. Say that one more time.
Anarcho-capitalist.
Anarcho-capitalist.
Yes.
Anarcho.
Self-service is always capitalist, and collectivism is always anti-capitalism.
So,
Super easy.
huh? How would that work?
Well, there would be no state, and then on the functions of the state would be privatized.
Yeah, but people are terrible at getting along with each other. I mean,
Well, this
I
is
mean,
marketplace
if that
of
was
idea
true,
worship, right?
if that was true, I mean,
what do you
I
mean
mean,
if?
everybody would be fighting each other all the time, but that's not always true.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is worship
Okay.
of the invisible hand that surely will keep us from each other's throats. Right?
Well, there will be private security agencies and insurance companies
sure,
that
the invisible hand works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
The free marketplace
Well,
of ideas that permeates as a spirit the atoms of the universe will ensure that our greatest impulses are moderated.
Yes, it will watch over us.
Exactly.
Bro, you're
It's easy.
huffing the ether of reality, bro. You gotta calm down on that.
It's gonna
ether,
show
bro.
us. It's gonna show us the way. The invisible
Right,
hand.
Yeah. It's religion
dude.
for atheists.
I
Yes.
guess.
But it actually works.
I was
It
trying
works,
to digest
unlike
that, though.
other ones.
Anarcho.
Yeah, unlike the other ones.
Yeah, it's easy.
Like,
Very quirky.
doesn't anarcho mean like no order? Or something
Nah,
like
you
that?
can reinterpret it as you need it, right?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to like figure this out. I know I'm tripping on it.
It's more of a worship of decentralization as a concept, though in practice, almost always it's like
yes, we literally worship it.
Right.
We literally get on our hands and knees and worship it.
Isn't that just libertarianism, or is that like a retarded label?
Libertarianism's for boomer Ancaps. Like Ancaps are like hipper than that. They're like pirate utopias and seasteads and what have you. And like illicit genetic treatments and
no,
really,
Ancaps are just people who don't want to get their rights violated and don't think it's okay to forcefully extract wealth from innocent people.
Yeah, I don't think Ancaps are the only ones that believe those two things.
Well, we are, because other people believe in things like taxation and taxation is theft.
That says that only you understand these things, but
well, taxation. I mean, do you believe that taxation is theft?
I'm trying to formulate like a really good question.
So then, do you believe that the market is better than coercive control? Free market is better than coercive control?
What if people?
Well, then you're. Excuse me, sir. Can you shut up for a second, please? So yeah, obviously.
No, don't talk to him like that.
Yeah, but he's talking. He's talking while I'm talking. Shit.
Right.
Alright, now you can talk. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I was just saying, like, the whole, like holding people accountable and like I don't even know how to like you describe that entire the way that you. Yeah, no, like ANCAP. Like I'm trying to like wrap my head around it. It doesn't make.
Well,
what
like
do you?
What's confusing you?
One part of means. Well, one part of it is like a resistance towards order, and the second part of it is the order that that disorder is supposed to fold into. ANCAP.
I'm not sure the question.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, if you've never really heard of it or don't understand it, yeah, it's not going to make much sense. But I mean, I could try to make sense of it to you if you want me to, if you have any questions.
How do people like work within that confine? How does it work?
Well, basically, the functions of the state would be privatized. Oh, hey, what's up, Cam? So basically, the functions of the state would be privatized, whether it be police, the courts,
like locally,
the military.
Like, put up amongst like communities.
The idea is that you take, how we have private companies today, like Walmart, for example.
Sure.
The idea is basically anything you can think of, whether it's police services, which would basically act as private security.
You can go all the way up to what's it called? The Blackwater?
BlackRock, you're trying to say?
No, not BlackRock. The mercenaries.
No,
Blackwater. That is. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a private military, but right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, going up to that level of like, yeah, sure, you can do all of that, everything in between with privatization.
Yeah.
The idea is to privatize the functions of the state, and the reason why we support that is because because taxation is theft, and we're ethically opposed to it. So, whereas privatization is, consent.
I think that you're correct in the circumstance of reality, like, but you're leaving out like. I agree with what you're saying, but you didn't address whatsoever like the way that people like locked into like this whole dichotomy of like politics and.
Well, because people think that taxation is okay, so they are.
Right, but we don't really. We do work within the confines of being subjugate to it, right?
I mean, yeah, but.
I mean, like.
But I think I want to destroy the system. I want to,
I know. But what
do you play Grand Theft Auto?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you play Grand Theft Auto?
I mean, I have played it, yeah. What do you mean?
Do you play it on PC online?
Not currently, but yeah, I've played it on PC. I've played it on console. I've played it on.
That's what I'm playing right now. That's what I'm saying. But sorry, I know that's unrelated, but.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Are you winning?
Well, I just won right now because I just finished the mission.
Congratulations.
Alright, I'm sorry. That was rude of me to interrupt.
What was your question?
I didn't have a well, I was asking you if you played GTA. But maybe
Yeah,
I could
I've played it
find more
before,
people
yeah.
to play with. But you know,
Last one I played was GTA 5. I don't know what. I think 6 is.
yeah.
Is
But I
6
play
out
the
yet?
online mode. I like to do the heists.
I think they delayed
Yeah,
it again,
it's a
or
little
they
bit sweaty.
delayed it.
So the reason why poor people are fat is because they tend to more often have a higher time preference than people who make more money. So
Wait. Why are people fat? What's the
so
deal?
if you look at like poor people tend to more often
Yeah.
be high time preference. They're very high time preference people.
What the fuck? Wait, hang on. High tie preference. What is this? Hang on. What is this? What
Oh,
do you mean?
high
High
time
tie preference?
preference.
So
High time
if you're
preference?
high time preference, you tend to prefer to have things like goods and services and whatnot sooner rather than later. Like imagine
Oh,
someone.
like sooner rather than later.
So you ever heard
I
of
mean, generally people.
like delayed gratification?
Yeah, but I've never heard high time preference.
Well,
I've never heard it put in that.
it's like an economic term in Austrian economics. So like
Yeah. So
um
like instead of investing, you just gobble up whatever the fuck you got right then
yeah,
and there.
if you're low time preference, you tend to like consume more,
Low
like
time,
If you're low time
like
preference, you
buy
tend
more.
to
high time.
think about the future more often, and you tend to save your money and do things
Oh
like
my
that.
god,
So
these are awful terms.
so
I
if
just
you're
want to
high,
I want
if
to
you're
be on the
high,
record. This
bro,
is awful.
that's an economic term. Don't be mad at
I guess
me. Be
so.
mad at the guy who made
I'm
it
not
up.
mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad to have discovered it, and it's not your fault. I appreciate you giving me the information. Okay.
No, what I'm saying is
But
that
if
it's more reasonable to say that
if
it's
you're very
healthy.
high
Healthy
time
food is
preference, you're more often to be fat, more likely to be fat because you have a hard time like putting things off in the
please
future.
tell me you didn't learn this on TikTok.
I don't learn anything on
eating-
TikTok, honestly. TikTok is kind of a
Good. That's
I
the
never
correct
had
answer.
to for myself in my life.
Congratulations, you won.
I'm
Definitely.
sorry. Your microphone isn't very good. I forgot your name.
Yeah. Travis.
Vesper.
Vesper. There you go. Not you, Travis.
What?
Vesper. Yeah, your microphone is kind of breaking up a bit.
I hope that's better.
Yeah, that's better
Oh,
now.
no way. What's up, Vesper?
What's up, guys?
I noticed you were trying
You're
to
not
talk, but it was
talking,
like
are you?
kind of like. But now it's better.
My CRISPR. It's my CRISPR. I don't know why. It's mobile.
Wait, bro, are you an Ancom, Travis?
I know we went over that, but no, I would classify myself as more siding with capitalism, to be honest with
But you do realize you have an Ancom flag
you. I
behind.
know.
Okay. Just saying.
It's a long story. I thought the girl that drew it, I thought that she was just like doing a little contrast with my beanie and my shirt. But yeah, no, she's
Indian poop throwing festival.
she's a total she's an ANCAP. Yeah.
Indian
But, you know, I
poop
can't
throwing.
complain.
Wow.
What's that?
Is an Indian poop throwing festival. What the
I
hell?
don't know what you mean by that.
No, my
I
friend
have
sent me a
The girl
video.
that drew it was
Yeah.
she's
Like
French.
an hour
She's
ago.
not. Okay.
Yeah, Indians are nasty.
That's nasty.
Indians are.
I guess it
alright.
depends what kind of poop. Oh, hey, what's up, Jonathan Edwards? I'm sorry, I'm talking to my chat, so sometimes I might just randomly talk to people.
Oh, well, that's awful to be subjugate to that.
I like it. I love the attention.
No, I'm saying that
I thrive off of it.
Appreciate it. Are you just thinking about yourself?
Yes,
Not much. You.
I'm doing good.
Congratulations. Are you an Ancap?
Yeah,
Oh.
I love
What
Ant.
is like yeah, and Ancap and a troll.
The
Space
room.
Goblin, thanks for the $5 sub.
Nice.
You got a
Meow.
$5 sub?
Don't worry about it, Vesper. Vesper.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Don't worry
That's
about
5. That's 5. There you go.
Shit, bro. I wish I got a $5 sub.
No, I'm just making fun of you, you tard.
I'll
God, you
do
got
anything
fucking-
for money. That guy's not nice. He made fun of me. He hurt my feelings.
So there's part of you that likes or appreciates like a conversation, and there's another part of you that like you want to destroy it. Why is that?
Me? I don't see what I destroyed.
It's not what you've destroyed. The intent.
What did you want to destroy?
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. I figured as much.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to grind money in GTA. Let's go, bitches.
So,
You gotta
Travis,
try. Once you get a chance, bro, you should try a GTB. Like that's the new one.
GTV?
Yeah.
What's
What's
that?
They have buses. And like I'm not even talking about actual city buses. I'm talking about like mainframe, busing. It's like cyberpunk, but like programming with like there's parkour, there's everything, bro. GTB, bro. Look it up.
really?
Wow,
It's
bro.
I actually have to give you the correct. It's a server that exists in the future. They haven't released it yet.
Hey, what's going
So-
on, William Pele?
This
Or in
guy's
other
tired of
words,
my
Jonathan Edwards.
What?
Is that you, Jonathan Edwards?
Yes.
Got you.
Person.
I figured it was you because it has an old person in a picture and somebody's name. That's probably not you, but
It has the parentheses. Yeah, citation. Pretty obvious. Yeah. Yep. Jonathan Edwards. Just like my username on this app. The name is a citation of a book.
Anyways, Cameron, I think I'm gonna elect you as like the person with the most sanity in the room. I'm gonna
wait, what do you
I'm gonna-
wait,
I'm
whoa,
gonna be
whoa,
a-
what did I do?
Oh no, you're close. I think I'm in second place, but not by much. You're third. William, you just got here. You seem cool though.
Sanity?
William is a lot more sane than me.
What gives me the most sanity?
You just seem like the least.
I would say Cam is
crazy.
a little bit a little bit more sane than me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
I'm trying to figure out between me and him, but I'm assuming it's
A lot
him.
of people say
I
I'm
think
crazy. I don't know why.
Nah, you're selling yourself short, man.
Oh, I'm
Don't worry
not.
about
I
it.
don't think I'm crazy. I think I'm
Yeah, I don't think you're
perfectly.
crazy either, bro.
I'm
You're
perfectly
great.
healthy
Yeah.
mentally.
No, as far as my skewed ass perspective is concerned, you're balanced. You're good.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mr. William, how the fuck are you doing? Oh, this
Do
jolly
not
motherfucker
try not
over
to
here
be
is
low
all-
time,
Good,
high
how are
time
you?
preference.
Sorry, I was on another app and I had to navigate back here. Sorry.
spoken like a true 16th century microphone person.
Well, 1785.
What was that?
Probably the 18th century. 18th century.
Oh, what did I say? 16th century?
Yeah.
Dyslexia. Sorry about that.
It
Went the other
happens.
way. Yeah.
You just posted YouTube shorts of this?
A little bit ago, yeah.
Actually, I just got the notification.
Dude, I don't know if you accidentally made that up, but U2thorcicist is a new word now.
YouTube short.
No,
Sithis.
U2thorcicist.
He said YouTube short Sithis.
No, U2thorcicist.
Okay.
Can be a reference.
That sounds like a dinosaur.
Kind of.
Travis, what do you think about do you know what the NAP is?
NAP?
The non-aggression principle?
What is that?
So, it's basically like at the foundation of libertarian philosophy, and the idea is
Oh yeah.
that yeah. So do you know what it is then?
I've heard of it. Like it's a core fundamental of like Mises libertarianism, non-aggression sort of. Is that right, or is that off?
Non-aggression.
Yeah, basically the idea is like don't
Don't
start
tread on me.
don't initiate, don't start like forceful actions against others, which in practice pretty much looks like stealing from someone else, murdering someone,
Sure.
etc. So I think you said earlier that like you think I'm the most sane for some reason, but something I believe that I don't think most people, well, I think Sithis believes this too, but I don't think most people believe this, is
It was
I
an
don't think,
educated guess, by the way.
okay. Well, I think this might bring that into dispute. Um, that I don't think you should ever use force against anyone under any capacity. I don't think you should, I don't think you should ever under any circumstances even steal from someone. So I the one scenario that I was thinking about a while ago that was kind of difficult for me at first to accept was this idea, some crazy hypothetical where like, what if you have to steal, what if you have to steal a penny to save the entire earth, like everyone on Earth from dying or something, right? And in my mind, I was thinking like, well, obviously you should steal the penny, right? That's what I used to think. But then after a while, like, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, well, if it's, I don't think like it's ever okay to, steal from people or anything like that. So I guess technically you shouldn't steal the penny. Do you think that's
Hmm.
crazy?
Well, I think a better analogy. Have you ever heard the analogy of Caitlyn Jenner being, or like versus like, do you know who Caitlyn Jenner is?
Yeah.
There's like a famous one where it's like they asked an AI, like what is worse, misgendering Caitlyn Jenner or thermonuclear war amongst the
Okay.
world? And it said, oh, obviously, misgendering Caitlyn Jenner that's much worse. Caitlyn Jenner responded saying, no, please misgender me. Like a nuclear war is much
Oh my
worse.
goodness.
Yes. But yeah, similar analogy, right?
Well, I would say misgendering somebody
With
isn't really an aggression. It's just like maybe it might make you feel uncomfortable
exactly.
or whatever, but it's not like you're not really hurting them in any way.
Well, I mean, their feelings. Their
And I
feelings are
mean
different
hurting
than
them physically. I mean, like you may hurt
right.
their feelings, but you're not like harming them in any way.
Yeah.
I mean, how is that analogous?
Isn't it obvious?
Well,
Can you
again, it's
explain?
not analogous because it's not like an aggression.
Are you saying between the two options of let the Earth be destroyed or steal the penny, obviously you should steal the penny because the Earth being destroyed is much worse?
Right. I mean, both of them. Well, both of them are equally silly examples of what
I'm
doesn't
installing a new
like.
screensaver onto my phone, a screen protector onto my phone right now.
Don't mess it up.
I hope
I mean,
not.
stealing a penny, like, if, like, you know, if I'm not a big advocate of Jesus, but you know, with that choice, like the hypothetical that you gave me, stealing a penny for the entire world ending, I'm pretty sure Jesus would give you a pass, or whoever, you know, Buddha. They'd
Then
be like,
Jesus,
eh.
then
Huh?
Jesus would permit an aggression, and I wouldn't agree with that if he did, because I
Are
don't
you
think.
are you trying to like make an argument? What are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you trying to do?
Well, what I'm
Do
trying
you
to
want
do. Well,
understanding or do you want argumentation?
I mean, what do you? The
I'm
the
asking
reason I brought this up is because you said you think I'm the most sane in the room, but you probably think that's a crazy position. And the reason I'm against stealing the penny is fundamentally
if I
because
can stand by my accusation. I think you might be the smartest one in the room.
Who, me?
I thought you said the most sane.
Who, me?
I
Now
think he
I'm
was
the
talking
most
about
sane?
me. Oh, okay. Anyway, well, the reason I'm against stealing the penny,
Just know I agree with him
right?
on this too.
Yeah.
So
Um,
if he's insane, then I guess I'm insane too.
Nice. We're getting a group going.
Well, we're Ancaps.
Maybe.
so
Whatever that means, yeah. You know what? Let's do it, dude. We're all Ancaps. Woo! Go
are you
team Ancap.
are you against the government altogether?
Bro. I don't think it fucking matters. I don't think they give a fuck how I feel.
I don't think they do.
Yeah. So
So
what's the point of you feeling away? Who gives a fuck?
that's like okay, wait, that's like saying some serial killer probably doesn't care about what you think of them, but it's like, wait a second. I don't like the serial killer
Yeah,
though.
I definitely don't give a fuck how a serial killer feels about me.
Yeah, but then
Especially,
it wouldn't be crazy to think
especially
like man, the serial killer is a fucking psychopath and I hate them, right?
So I guess I
what
gotta
do
insert my
serial
phone
killers have
into this thing.
There is someone who wants to meet you, and believe me,
But I gotta
you
clean the
want to
screen
meet him.
first.
You think I'm into some bad stuff? Let me tell you, this guy
Sorry,
has a finger
continue,
in
guys.
every
I'm talking to
pie in Los
myself.
Santos and
No, you're good.
beyond.
Well, I was just
I
saying, like,
have
I don't
no
really
idea what
care the government, like, whether the government, like, people in the government care. Obviously, they don't. But I still don't like people in the government. I still don't like the government as an organization. Doesn't matter to me what they think.
Well,
I don't
guess
see why that
what, dude?
holds some bearing.
Unless you wanna like move to like the Tongan Islands and like just live off of like fish and like do your own thing over there, uh, you're gonna be subjugate to it. So I don't know.
I don't see
Like,
why.
That's not a
That's
prerequisite.
like,
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, you know, I could disagree with it all day and night too, but it doesn't change the fact that that's the shit that I'm subjugate to. You know, if
Yeah,
I
but
want to make
we
that
want
move,
ideally we
I
would
could
like
do
to
that.
change the system, right? You know, like
How the
yeah, I
fuck?
mean, like,
I mean, no, real talk. How are you gonna like? What you gonna build an
change.
army? How the
Yes,
fuck are you gonna
build.
change
We
the
got to
system,
build an
bro?
army. We're gonna build an army of Ancaps.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on,
You got to join
come
us.
on,
We're trying to make.
come
We're
well,
on.
trying to
I think,
Army of the
um,
12 monkeys,
a
bro. What are we
non-violent
talking
army.
about?
A
I think what
non-initiatory
happens
violence.
is,
Violent.
I think it starts at changing people's like philosophies and changing their minds, like actually talking with people. And I
Mm-hmm.
think if you can get
What
enough
do
people,
no, this is no, he might be right. What do you want them to believe?
The
I
You
NAP.
could
want them to
change their
believe.
minds. What would you want them to believe?
The NAP.
Yeah, that's fundamental. Yeah, the NAP. I want people to believe in the NAP. I want people to think that you know.
I don't
Um,
know what the fuck that means, dude.
The
I
Explain
already
it
non-aggression.
to me like I'm an idiot. All right?
The
Like explain
non-aggression
it to me like
principle.
you're trying to convert me Like you're trying to convince everyone to fuck
Okay,
around you. Like
you want
explain
us
it to
to
me like I'm
explain
a
it?
fucking retard.
So it's basically the non-aggression principle is one does not have the right to initiate force, unwanted force against an innocent person who has not done that.
All right, cool.
Basically,
I agree with that.
basically, you do not have the right to interfere with others' property, whether it be their body, whether it be their car, their phone, whatever property they may own. You don't have the right to interfere with that, with it against their will,
Are you
right?
allowed
Whether
to shoot them if they do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on what they do, though. It
self-defense is
depends on what they do, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like justifiable.
Like if they're trying to kill you, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we believe in self-defense, yeah.
I mean, I know I've heard some things where it's like, oh, if they're threatening your property as justified, I'm like, yeah, that's a little borderline. Yeah, if they're threatening your life, 100%.
I think if somebody is trying to burn down your house or destroy your property, and you tell them,
Right,
"I'm gonna shoot
oh,
you
yeah,
if
bro.
you don't, if you do
dude,
that shit," I think that's
they're
fine.
dumping fucking gasoline at the fucking base of your house. You're like, whoa, don't do that. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would shoot him.
And so,
Probably.
All right,
yeah.
so I've now inserted my phone into this case thing called a magic. I'm gonna see if this works. Supposedly, it's not gonna have any air bubbles or dust bubbles or anything if I do that.
hopefully not.
All right.
And so the whole point, I think KingSithis was correct there to say we want to change people's minds when it comes to the non-aggression principle, because I think once you accept the non-aggression principle and you say, okay, it's bad. Basically, it's bad to do things like steal from people, rape them, murder them, all those sorts of aggressive actions. Given that, or once you accept that, then if you apply the logic, if you apply the principle consistently, eventually, like anarcho-capitalists like us, you will arrive at the conclusion that, oh wait, governments, they tax people, right? They take from people without their consent, and if people resist, they will go to jail. Generally speaking, if you evade your taxes, they send people sometimes by force off to war to go kill other men. They steal your property under eminent domain. They have a territorial monopoly on violence. And if you want to
No, they have a
do certain
totality
things,
on violence.
yeah, there's many things you just can't do because the state says you just can't do them. By law, like you can't use drugs, certain drugs at least. You can't pay we have minimum wage laws. You can't pay people below this wage, even if they agree to it. There's all these just random things even that you're not allowed to do in many countries.
Bureaucracy is even more egregious than law enforcement sometimes.
What did you say? Bureaucracy?
I said bureaucracy is sometimes more egregious than law enforcement sometimes.
I agree. I think government bureaucracy is pretty bad. But anyway.
I wanted to get to what you're saying though.
Yeah, so we are against all of this that states do because it's aggressive, and once you accept, and as anarcho-capitalists, we think, okay, government's bad. So, and then we also think about, okay, what do we think is a better system, right? One that doesn't involve using the government using force to tax and provide goods. Then we turn to capitalism, the economic system of free markets and free trade, voluntary exchanges.
The systems that you're talking about could work very well in a very small context, not the way that things are now. There's no way.
I have a question.
Okay.
Who does the government you don't like represent? Because if you say America represents the capitalists. So I'm very confused.
How does America represent the capitalist? Did you say America represent the capitalist?
I mean, the American government for the last 50, 60 years has represented the corporations. What do you mean? It has not been representing the majority of the population.
I don't think cronyism is capitalism. I don't think corporations getting in bed with the government is capitalism. I don't think that's predicated
Yeah,
on
that capitalism is the free
free
exchange of goods and services between private property owners. When the state gets involved and enforces its will upon people, that's not, you no longer have capitalism.
Well, we're very thankful for that there's some laws.
Not in the market sense of the whole context, but yeah, agreed.
Well,
It is
bro,
amazing. It's amazing what America has grown in.
as
You
an
guys are right.
ANCAP, you would be like whoever owns like F-14 jets or whatever bombers, whatever. Then he wins capitalism.
Who is an ANCAP?
What do you mean win capital? So
You don't win. You don't
saying
win capitalism, bro.
Are you saying the person with the most guns is just gonna win?
Not that it fucking matters, man. But I'm a fucking capitalist. Okay?
If you're a narco group that has those bombers or whatever is imperialistically
you're
anarchistic.
presumptive. You're presumptive and a bit ignorant, and that's okay. I forgive you.
Okay.
I
don't really understand the question that you're asking. I'll be honest with you.
No, wait, Sithis. I think he's just saying like what people usually say, which is like under an anarcho-capitalist system, the person with the most guns is gonna win by killing everyone else or something.
How does one join?
Is that what you're getting at?
That's not.
What I'm getting at is that most people want law, and anarchists are like a minority of people, and capitalists are those.
Okay, so this is the politics Discord. Modern day debates Discord.
So it's kind of weird that you're a capitalist.
This is the modern day debates Discord. So you just go into the YouTube channel of modern day debates, and then you will find
That's not the government
a debate in ANCAP.
What the government does is the complete opposite of what
I said represent. I didn't say do or whatever.
Do you want to? I don't know if this is going to help at all, but the way that I approach it is I think of systems as like a process. You know, capitalism, it's a process. It's like the idea, like obviously any idea is corrupted over time, and especially with enough interest. But the way that it works, you know, the entire principle is the individual is rewarded for their own effort. That's the principle. Obviously, the principle gets corrupted over time. But incentive is more in line with nature than a system that says one or a few amount of people should make a decision based on their own understanding of the world. Like their own process, their own
no air bubbles, no dust bubbles. Sorry.
These people make a decision like to affect everyone else, and this is not how nature works. This is this is an egotistical.
You wouldn't go and mine some ore for 10 cents an hour and a couple whips on your back, right? You're pretty privileged that you live where you live, that you get $20, $30, $10 an hour, right?
Straw manning my argument.
Well, because the point is earn what you're owed. What does that mean?
No, that's not what I said.
And it's not even that important, because what happens to people who can't work?
Earn what you're owed.
Welfare. No, I'm just kidding. You got mutual aid for that.
No, the problem comes if somebody can't work, for example. What happens then? Or like, you know, unfortunate situations. That's where you want a system like a state to enforce certain standards of culture, such as
that's when you want. That's when you want.
Of course, you want that, because you want, for example, you know,
you can do that without a state, right?
Community do you want?
Well, Europe has things like that. Okay, we have, for example, help for homeless people.
Let me ask you a real question. Let me ask you a real question. How big of a
Uh,
community do you want? How big of a community do you want?
as big as possible, right?
I mean, think about your answer. Like, you tell me.
For
You really
sure.
think as big as
Oh
possible?
yeah.
Like,
Oh
what
yeah.
makes you say as big as possible? Why?
What do you call,
Yeah, I don't see a single air
About the
bubble
idealism?
or
entire
dust
world.
bubble. That's good. Sorry.
Idealism?
Sorry?
I mean, the question is what's the community? What's the definition of the group? I can define my
Well,
group. It's much
you
bigger.
said as big as possible.
Yeah.
When you say as big as possible, what my mind goes to is like the entire globe. So like
Yeah,
you want
exactly, for
everyone.
sure. Oh yeah, I mean, we
Why
have all plants.
why do
Why
you
should
want
I
that?
pay more for the lazy poor?
That's a good
What do you
question.
mean?
No,
Oh,
that's not that's
okay.
I'm asking
It's
No,
him
I'm
okay,
like
bro.
just saying, like, why should I pay more for the lazy poor?
Oh
If
yeah,
I don't want to pay
it's all
if I
about
don't
that,
want to
bro.
pay for the
something.
lazy
It's
poors, why
about
should I have
privilege.
to?
It's
If you
about
want him
privilege,
to
bro.
understand, you have to start at the beginning, not five
No, I
steps
mean, he
ahead.
was talking about welfare, and I'm just like wondering, why should I pay more for the lazy poor? Like, I don't see why I have to pay the poor.
If it was
Well, I
up to
wish
me, I
they
would say you shouldn't. But
Based.
him,
usually
I'm curious.
people don't want to be bums. I'm just saying, generally people don't want to be bums, and so if out of 5 people, generally they don't want to be a bum, then I can help them not be a bum. For sure, out of the bums, some will want to be bums, but that's the minority of bums. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. That's
Okay.
all it is.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you real
That
quick?
doesn't really
What
answer
makes
why
you
I
a
should pay
bum?
more for the lazy
And
poor.
and you,
What makes?
oh yeah,
I
and
joined
makes
you
you a
know,
MDD
bum?
people
Discord app.
who, you know, you see, if you were to be born,
Debate
for
and
example,
ANCAP.
with like with a disability, right? It would suck for you to not have any help,
Do I
you know,
gotta
and
pay
your
to
parents
join the
would be like, you
chat?
know, kill this one or kill this thing. Actually, it's not even, it's subhuman because it has disabilities. Yeah,
Hmm.
No, you don't have to join, pay or anything. You just
Oh,
click
that's
the
hard.
and
the
we have,
room. Just look
oh
in
yeah,
the
we
room
have
that
pretty
says
great
debate
welfare
and
here.
ANCAP, and then
So you
It's
join
guys are
it.
also,
like Sparta.
That's the one that we're in.
I mean, no, we're not like that. That's how I imagine America is. Because if you don't have any
You
monetary,
imagine that's
You know how much
what?
if you
money
don't
you do
have
realize
any,
that we're going into trillions of dollars of debt because we spent too much money on welfare.
you are not that unit. You're not even like what. Talk about you and your thing. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
You're
talking
not
about
a nation.
America. I am what? I am
Yeah,
American.
calm down. You're not. You're
Not
American,
seeing
but
that
you're not a
exactly.
nation, bro. You're not
Um,
in debt to trillions and to quintillions. That's fake
Oh
money
yeah, we
anyway.
are. What do you know how
Bitcoin,
I don't
economics works?
understand what he's
Yeah.
saying, honestly.
bro.
What?
Bitcoin is
How?
more
What?
real than your dollar. So
Let's real quick.
that
Let me ask you real quick.
doesn't mean.
What's your currency? What currency do you function in? Rupees?
I function.
Ruples?
It's not funny. No, I function in euros, but I don't really
You function
care
in.
so much.
Hmm.
What do you get paid in pesos?
Funny. Yeah, Western Europe has a lot of help for people with disabilities. They get like welfare checks all the time.
How's it?
You get
Wait, how's it being
How is
welfare
funded
it
though?
check to
funded?
go to school.
How is it funded?
You get
I don't know.
by
You
your
got a link.
parents' taxes
Taxation is
or
theft.
yeah. The problem is in my country and most Western countries, it starts to represent the capitalists again, and they are not
In your
getting taxed.
country, what is the
The
currency
workers
in your country?
the workers get taxed a lot more than the corporations in my country. Like the
What
corporations
is
pay
the
2% of all
Taxation is
taxes,
theft.
and
what is the
oh, okay.
currency of your country?
Well, they don't pay anything anyway, so why are they crying?
I'm crying because I have to pay.
He doesn't want to
Oh,
say.
because
You don't want to say the
because
currency of your
you're the
country,
worker
do you?
class. You're the worker class. You're not the capitalist.
I'm a capitalist.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What
What's
do you
wrong?
own?
Wait, what's wrong with capitalists?
THX.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
What do you own? What do you own?
Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
I own a
Oh, yeah.
car.
Irrelevant.
I own an
It's funny.
apartment.
Arielix
Oh, okay.
is not using the Marxist definition.
Is that
of
producing any value to society
not
other
owning
than
the
yourself?
means of production.
Well,
You
yeah.
work
I
a
mean,
job.
I provide goods and services to the market.
Hold on, Sithis, don't you
Yeah,
work
which
a job?
Yeah, I do.
which
And I'm
do you
also
own means of
yeah.
production?
Okay, you obviously provide value to society then.
Yeah,
So I
I
don't know
work.
what this guy's point is.
Entrepreneurs
the point of
provide a very
confusion-
valuable service to society that is anticipating the market's needs.
Sithis, the point of confusion is that
It depends.
like thinking that basically to be a capitalist you have to own the means of production, because like that's his definition of a capitalist was when you say you're a capitalist, you're saying you endorse the ideology of capitalism rather than that you own the means of production. So it's a semantic sort.
I own a means of production.
Yeah, I know. I
I
was
own
just,
means of
yeah,
production.
yourself.
I
Yeah,
own my own
yourself.
business. I'm a DoorDash driver.
Yeah, yourself. So you yourself, your own knowledge and your own skills.
And my
Right.
car.
That's most people, right? And 1%
Well, I
or
have a
less than
car.
1% of people. Well, yeah.
If you have a car, you can be a
Great.
business owner.
Great. It should be provided to you, right? Or not?
Why?
Don't
Why?
you think it should be better to
No.
have a carpooling share?
I
No?
don't think you I don't think I'm owed a car.
Well, I love the buses and trams and trains in Europe and
Do you
in my
mind
country
if I ask
especially.
you?
Yeah, but it's
you
funded through
from-
taxation, which is theft. And that's your base.
you
What you're
from-
doing is you're
I love it.
stealing money from other people, and then you're using it to fund your
I love it.
social services,
love
which
it,
is immoral.
Here is cleaner. We don't have
Real quick,
tsunamis and
Arlac,
tornadoes.
Arlac.
And
I have a guess. Are you from Atreya?
I don't know, bro. I'm from Western Europe, bro.
It would be a lot
Central
better and more
Western.
cleaner and more and cheap. Things would be much more cheaper if there wasn't a state controlling all of those goods and
Oh, yeah.
services.
Oh, really?
100%.
Because
You ever
the
heard of the?
capitalists will
Have you
not
ever heard of
try
the
to
economic calculation problem?
monopolize? The capitalists will not try to monopolize, right?
Do you know what
It wouldn't make any
It's
sense.
easier. It's
They will
easier
not-
to monopolize under a statist system.
Can you explain how
Really?
you monopolize
Mhm.
in a free market?
You can't monopolize in a free market. The state is a monopoly. They control the market and they create monopolies.
No, you with a gun. You forget the guns, bro. That's how you do it. Without the state, you do
Who
it
owns
with a gun.
the state is the one with the guns.
The guns are just a deterrent.
The state
hate
is
to
the one with the
say
guns.
it, but
The state uses their guns
they are
in order to create monopolies and stomp out competition for the cronies.
But
who
the
pay them.
concept,
Oh,
he's,
it
on
is
the
a
right, he's
monopoly.
on the right path with the concept. Like the
It
idea,
definitely wasn't
the idea, like
capitalist
it's
minded.
you know what's even stronger than the guns in the United States? It's the First Amendment.
I
Compared
don't
to the
care. I
rest
don't
of
care
the
about the
world,
First Amendment. I don't care about the Constitution.
Not if the government.
why
just
don't
isn't
you
around.
like the
Marcus.
fact that it's
Burn
recognized
them,
by
burn them.
government?
Because the state is a criminal
Why don't you like
organization. I don't care about the state. I think we should abolish
Okay,
it.
but is it okay? Let me
First
ask you
Amendment
just a
was
very
stronger than the
simple
guns. They
one,
wouldn't have
like,
written it
this is sort of an A or B question. Is it good or bad that whether the government's going to be there either way in this situation? Would you
Mhm.
rather it take up for the right for you to have free speech, or would you rather it say fuck you, you get no free speech? Which one's better?
I would
do you have?
prefer it.
Government
I would prefer it to protect my right to free speech,
Given.
but I would also prefer it not
I'm not
to
sticking up
be
for 'em.
exist.
I'm just saying.
The First Amendment limits
This
the
is
government.
United States, bro. Compared to everywhere else in the world, we're the only one that actually has this shit
Wow, good for you.
enshrined in fucking word.
Good for you.
I know it's not. No. It's not good for me. I'm just saying, man. It's like
All
an
right, if I
example. that
okay, but
the
what
rest
about
of
the
world
right
can
for me
fucking
to do
follow.
drugs? What about the right for me to do fuck a prostitute? What about the
Great,
right for
do
me to
whatever
drink
you
raw
want. I
milk?
don't give a
No, I
fuck.
can't do it. I
As
can't do
long
whatever
as
I
you allow
want.
me to say what
I
I
wait,
want
wait,
to
I
say,
can't
then
do whatever I
cool.
want.
You're good.
I can't.
Shut up.
The state will stop me.
You can.
No, I
The
can't.
government. The
Can
government.
I do
will
drugs?
take
Allowing the
action
government what they
100%.
cannot do.
So you're all about like the state can't tell me what to do until it can, right?
That's what the
I don't think
Constitution
the
is all
state
about.
should tell me what to do at all.
Oh, good.
Right.
And then fantastic.
They're a criminal
That's a great
organization.
opinion.
Why would you want a
Cool.
criminal organization to
Technically.
tell you what to do?
I'm not sticking up for them. I'm not.
Well, you sound like it.
I'm not. No, dude. It's just all I'm saying. It is what it is. We live
Are you
under this
against-
confine.
I don't care
you
what
against-
if it is what it is. It's still a criminal organization.
Are you against
don't
governments
care.
that use
So
force?
you don't. So
people?
you don't take it into consideration in your day-to-day.
I don't
life.
care about the poors, no, or the state.
I mean,
Man, you
like,
sound like an
to
American.
be honest with you,
I am
there's
American.
parts of me that I definitely don't either. Yeah, I'm an
Oh, really?
American.
It's almost like the Constitution was written in against all these things in order to prescribe to the government exactly what.
Yeah,
they
but it
could
didn't
not
work.
do.
It didn't work.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course.
Okay, so now what? Now what?
The Constitution doesn't
Now
make
we
any
all
sense.
argue on Discord.
The founders pretended as though when they signed it, that applied to everyone in America at the time and all the future generations who would come to live in America. Does that make any sense?
Yep.
Could everyone possibly agree to the Constitution? Obviously not.
It was.
I didn't agree
I
to the
think
Constitution.
So far, it's the best society, set up.
That doesn't make it okay. That doesn't make it
I mean,
okay.
does that-
I think
good.
it beats. Let me ask you this.
It's not the citizens that agree
Which
to the
one is
Constitution,
which
it's the
one's better?
government that
The
had to agree to
Constitution
it.
or the Magna
It's like
Carta?
Magna
Which one's
Carta.
better?
Hold on, I can't hear both of you at the same time.
Magna Carta.
That's whataboutism. You do know that, right?
Point is, it's to
Well,
limit
it's
the
more of
government. It's on the
comparison.
government what you
It's
can't
like-
do.
There's
There
not a
shouldn't
lot
be.
of-
We shouldn't
don't
limit
have
the
a lot of
government. We should
human
abolish
rights.
the government.
I mean, amen.
I mean, limiting it is a right in the right direction. I think is heading in the right direction.
Actually,
But-
King, can I ask you? I want to ask you a cultural question real quick.
Sure.
Have you ever heard of a movie called Mad Max?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't there nuclear fallout in that movie?
What about it?
Well, just it's sort of there's sort of we got kind of we have a double-edged sword to choose between. Either there's no rules and at the very
We never
basic
said
level,
no rules. Nobody here said no
human makes
rules.
up- No. Listen. This is my hypothetical. You can critique it after I'm done making it. All right.
Okay.
You got two
Okay.
options. Either there's minimal rules. I'll adjust it a little bit for you. Minimal rules, and it's the lowest common denominator that comes up with them, or you have a top-down system, like a monarchy. Those are two extremes. But
Who's ruling?
well, that's up to the dichotomy, and it always lands somewhere in between. I guess that's my point ultimately.
Yeah,
Do you
it
agree
shouldn't.
with that premise, or is that?
It shouldn't.
I don't care about should. I'm talking about is.
As of right now, yeah, but it shouldn't. We should be free.
All right, let me be more clear. I'm talking about always.
No, it doesn't. It's not always
We
going
are
to be
free.
that way, though. It doesn't
It
have to
will.
be this way.
It'll fall somewhere between the two.
It doesn't have to be
Hasn't
this
always
way.
been that
There's no ideal way.
There is an
You're
ideal
not-
way.
You're not a
It's called
You're not a
anarcho-capitalism.
conductor. You're not a conductor of humanity.
Anarcho-capitalism. Hey. Amen.
Yes.
It's the perfect system. No
It's
flaws.
this other guy who wants to make all the rules, dude. In Mad Max, the whole thing's about the government destroyed everything, and then you got a posterior
I don't
government that just wants to rule everything, controlling the water supply, dude.
Like the
Who the
government
heck-
destroyed everything?
Ooh.
It's ironic.
The only people that
Well,
want to make
people
rules
do
are
it.
people that mess up. The more you try to control, the more you mess it up.
We're not trying to control anything. We're trying to get rid of control.
I'm not talking to you. I'm saying in general, man. Don't take it personal.
I'm not taking it
He's
personal.
talking about anarchy.
I'm not taking it personal. I'm just telling you.
Good.
No law.
No, we don't believe in
No,
no
we
law.
believe-
We believe in the
What do you mean
non-aggression
nobody
principle.
kept the law? Nobody kept the law, anyways.
We
Couldn't
believe in
possibly
private
keep it.
law.
No, all of this stuff has to do with the non-aggression pact or whatever the fuck the NA,
Principle.
whatever. Yeah.
Non-aggression principle.
Non-aggression principle.
Non-aggression principle. Right. This is you need to take into consideration human nature. Like you have to.
Okay.
Incentive.
You think we haven't thought about that?
Yeah, the way you've been talking, yeah, I kind of think you have.
Governments, in contrast to our
Okay.
system, produce terrible incentives.
Mm-hmm. You
So
want to
how do you-
incentivize.
how do
You
you
want to create a
it's-
a system that incentivizes good behavior through rewarding that
Okay.
Government
behavior.
How do you do
agencies
that?
are incentive-
Capitalism.
Government
No,
agencies
this is-
aren't.
Truth. Love.
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 Yeah, love.
Love's cheap,
Love?
bro.
Couldn't make you perfect.
Love?
Love's cheap, bro. Compassion is not. Compassion's not a great driver of function.
No, we're not
Yeah,
going to
but
use love. We're going to use
self-interest.
profit. We're going to use profit. Profit is
Self-interest is a good
Yeah.
incentive.
self-interest and profit incentivizes people to do things.
Ugh. Profit's a terrible incentive.
Profit
Have you
is a
seen
What are
what
you
it's done
talking
lately?
about? Profit is the thing that incentivizes you to do everything that you do.
Right.
Buy
Profit is
everything
the
in
only
Monopoly.
incentive.
Not
in this
me.
world.
Are you kidding me, bro? You know how much money I've saved in the last 10 years?
I'm not talking
Zero.
about I'm not
I'll give a
talking
fuck.
about income profit. I'm talking about profit in general. There's called psychic profit too.
Holy
only
high
reason-
time preference. Bro just said he saved no money.
Holy Moses.
High time preference. Though. Heck.
Hmm
I know, bro. As far as a capitalist, I'm a fucking failure, bro. I'm more of like an absurdist or some shit.
I'm winning the game of capitalism and I love it.
Hey, congratulations, bro. If we were playing Monopoly, I'd be the first one off the board.
You're on
bro.
Discord, remember?
Congratulations.
We are on
Hey,
Discord.
Mazel, or
What's wrong
should
with
I say
Discord?
Mazel? I don't know.
If you're winning in
Does-
capitalism, you would already
does
have your
Discord have a glitch?
community.
What happened?
What'd you say? Jinx,
If you're
what'd you
winning
say?
at capitalism,
Earlier, I
you would
said
have your
I
community
said,
already.
I said Mazel Tov.
What do you mean? I do
That
have an
okay?
ANCAP community. It's just not. It's just decentralized
So why are you complaining?
because there's still a state, and I want to change that.
Are
That's
you
weird.
gonna go Fight Club on it, bro?
You
No,
will never have enough.
Too many rules.
we live in a world of
I'll,
scarcity, bro.
Bro, if
Do we?
me and you
I don't agree
get,
with that.
dude. Hey, no, let me.
You don't.
ask,
You
let me
don't
ask
believe
this,
we live in a world of scarcity?
Hey,
course not.
King.
What?
I,
What?
I got a good.
So we have
I
infinite
got a
resources.
I got a
Yeah.
good hypothetical for King.
What
Hey, King, you like
could you name me?
hypotheticals?
Can you stop talking, please? What resources do
could.
you think are infinite?
Oh, all of them.
All resources are infinite?
Right, you're just saying that they're limited.
He's just
cares?
avoiding, bro. I got a good.
You ever run
point.
out of water? Where's the water going?
Hey,
So
King,
there's
when
infinite
you're ready,
water?
let me know when you're ready, bro. Let me know when you're good and ready, bro. I got a good one for you.
Okay, go ahead.
So, hypothetical. You could change the world, but you have to fight. Like you have to start your own fight club, and you have to like get your ass beat, and you have to beat other people's asses in order to do so. Would you do it?
Probably not.
Sounds like capitalism to me.
I'm asking King.
I said probably not.
Probably not. Why not?
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover.
Yeah, you're not a revolutionary then. You know, sorry to say.
No, I'm not.
Well,
He's
I don't want to hear any more out of you.
I don't believe in revolution. I believe in peace
How you gonna achieve change?
through convincing people.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
You know what? I'm convinced.
Every ideology's
it's
done
worked.
that.
It's worked. It's worked on me. I'm convinced. Thank you, Mr.
Hey.
King, for showing me the light.
You're welcome.
You know it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You
I'm
guys,
sure- I'm
you know,
sure.
you guys should join, dude.
How are you going to
I
get people
fucking
to
I
agree
figured
with
it out.
this
It was that
because
easy.
of the-
All I had to do was agree.
Bro, can you please
because
Stop talking while other people are talking.
King.
Travis.
Yeah, dude.
Travis, you just keep blabbering on, and even when other people are talking, it's kind of annoying.
You're fucking annoying.
And I mean, you don't have to be in my room then.
It's okay.
How do you think it's realistic to get people to convert to your system when a lot of people are like economically dependent upon like the government and so on and so forth, and at least in like the short term, they would suffer a great deal from government programs being slashed. So how do you think it's realistic to get like the taxpayer base to like not support that?
Through convincing people that taxation is theft. Using my arguments.
Technically speaking.
I mean,
I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm not gonna convince everyone, but ideally, I'm gonna try my best to convince as many as I can. Hopefully, and try to make a difference.
Taxation is not necessary to drive currency, but it's sufficient to do it. But the question is
taxation is
whether
theft.
you want currency at all.
You can have a currency without a state.
You can have currency without taxation. My point.
I agree.
It's sufficient to drive the currency, but it's not necessary.
I don't think it's sufficient at all. Taxation.
It's sufficient.
I don't think it's sufficient.
You gotta pay taxes, you gotta keep working, you gotta keep buying and selling.
Alright. Taxation is theft.
Sure, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm thinking is like a lot of people, as you've probably observed, have like probably some level of concern with morality. But like when it comes to like fundamental needs being met, that tends to go out the window, and even further, people often will rationalize when there's a lot of like incentive to hold the position in order to both basically do what they want and also try to like maintain their self-image as a good person. So I'd say it seems hard to believe that a lot of people will anytime soon be converted to ANCAP enough to like actually like, alter the system.
Okay, that's not going to stop me from trying.
I'm not saying it should. I'm just curious.
You trying to black pill me, bro?
No, I'm just curious about like how you like how you think it's like isn't you hold the position that it's like you think there's like a realistic chance that's happening. I'm curious how. I guess since I am trying to blackpill you, but like I mean, I'm just like curious how you get past that like the very like obvious.
Because the idea is worth fighting for. I think the idea is worth fighting for.
Man, you are a revolutionary.
Hey, can I propose? I'm sorry.
No.
Interjection, but like, if I feel like in today's age, there's enough resources around for like, if you wanted to start a project where it's like, let's create like a place for like these, and then you wanted to do it all like public and everything and like prove your point, you could do it, but trying to change the already established like society, that's an uphill battle. That's like a Sisyphus, pushing a rock up a hill battle. Never gonna win that. But if you want,
because you say so.
Your point. No, it's not because I say so. It's just that's the way reality works.
So don't strive to make the world a better place because it's gonna be hard. Got you.
No, strive to do what you can, but do that within like a realistic purview, like you're not gonna.
What isn't realistic about what I'm saying?
If you don't
what
do
I'm
what
saying
you can,
is you have the capacity. If you wanted to create like a, here's the thing, man.
God, you're making my brain hurt.
Your idea of the world is a good one, and I think it only works in the context of like small communities. It's not like you're not gonna convert like.
You don't even know what ANCAP really is. You don't even know what the ideology even really is. So I wouldn't speak on it like that. No. So.
I'm not speaking on it. I'm speaking on.
Well, you're saying it would only work in small communities. You don't even know that. So.
That's
why
true.
would it
I
only
don't
work
know
in
it.
small communities? Why do you think that?
Capitalism
I think,
works in most communities. Even the crony capitalist system that we have now has been proven to create the most wealth that has ever been generated in human history. Even just semi-capitalist, being semi-capitalist, we've generated tons of wealth. Imagine if we were fully capitalist.
It's the most economically free
That's a
country
free
in the world.
market.
We don't have a free market.
Right.
How does
That's
full
what you really are
capitalism?
talking about.
I said semi-free market.
You would
Point is,
hate
we
a
don't
free
have a
market.
free
You'd be
market.
getting scammed so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess you guys
I mean,
don't know.
you know
I guess
what?
you guys have no idea what a semi-free market means, I guess.
What do you mean getting scammed?
Hey man, if you
How
got
about
me,
a fully
you got
free
me.
market?
I guess you don't know what a semi-free
guy's
market
being
is. I guess you guys are...
Yeah, the one we're in right now.
Okay,
I think
that's
it's
what
the
I was
same
talking.
as a
Okay, you guys are like the most...
hang on,
Oh my
wait.
god. You
Is
guys
it-
are like...
Hang on, is
make
it a
my brain hurt.
Is it a semi-fully automatic society?
Alright,
What?
you guys are making my brain hurt, bro. You guys are
Semi-fully
so fucking
automatic?
retarded, man.
It's not a free
What's
market.
the capitalist?
He's talking about a free
I'm gonna
market.
go to sleep.
He's talking
I'm gonna eat
about-
some food and go to sleep. You guys have a good one. Love you
Good
guys.
luck.
Have a good one.
Please leave.
Hey, bye.
He's talking about a free market. Like, you're free. Yeah, and that's what
How
you
do
call
you-
capitalism, which is fair.
We live under a free market now.
We're not in a free
I'm not a-
market at all.
Yeah, we're in a
I said
semi-free.
semi-free market.
I wouldn't even call it semi, maybe quaternary, quarter free.
I mean, if you want to be autistic, then yeah, for sure, whatever.
Well, you're the one saying, like, you're specifying. I'm just saying it's not a free market. Like, if it's
I
not
said
totally free,
that
it's not
already,
free at all.
dude. I said that already. You're arguing with a
So
ghost.
your market?
I made my
Your
point.
market-
I am the ghost.
So you guys don't want a free market?
No,
You
I
guys
do
are,
want a free market.
you're dumb, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, just trying to clarify here.
I told you guys many times I support a free... We're Ancaps. We support a free market.
Right, free markets. Yep, amen.
It's
That's
free.
true
Yeah.
capitalism. Without the government making it
Yeah.
semi, quote unquote. Like,
Yes.
whatever percentage you want. I don't care.
But you don't know what a semi-free market means?
Well, I just know if it's half free, then it's not free at all. That's called a controlled market.
Okay. A mixed
Okay.
economy. Yeah. Same thing.
We're on the same page. I'm just saying.
It's called degrees of control. There can be more or less control, and the idea is that if essentially having lower degrees of control than normal produces a lot of wealth, it's most likely that having no degrees of control, at least in the way that we in the sense of interference and like a anti-cap outside of like producing the basic conditions for a market existing like the NAP, that would essentially result in a better system with more wealth creation. Obviously, you could argue about that's the idea. Like getting into a semantic pull, whether it's technically free, if it's half free, isn't really relevant to the point being made here.
Okay. I agree. I just want to hear Jinx explain or give his argument for why a free market produces monopoly. So you're saying that in the chat earlier, something along those lines.
Yeah. If I grew really good fruits and veggies, and I was the best at it, I'd slowly start to take over the market. I'd buy your garden, make sure you can't grow it, and I'd be the best damn grower there is.
How could you buy... You can't buy every single garden, right? You know that, right? That's impossible.
Why not?
Because nobody in the world... Nobody in the world has enough money to buy the whole world.
Only the U.S. government.
Not even the U.S. government.
Oh, so... I guess
There's
we're
no
already there.
limit on their purchase.
It's literally
power.
impossible to own every garden in the world. It's impossible.
Either way.
Well,
I guess
technically,
there's
the
no
last garden
monopolies.
that they can't buy is human beings, because there will always be unemployment.
Oh
but they
my-
can always buy everything. They just print the digits. They just print the money.
They can't
They
print
just put it in the
forever
computer.
because that creates inflation.
Right, but that's exactly my point. Point is, they can print for ever in the way that it reaches the limit, which is you can't
Then
buy off
that means they
literally
can't. Then
everybody.
that means they can't print forever.
Well, that's the limit. Is my point. Like the limit.
If there is a limit, then that means they
everything.
can't print forever. So that means they can't buy everything.
But I'm saying the same thing. Like,
Okay.
they can buy up to everything.
They
But if they
can't.
bought
They
everything,
can't buy
then
everything.
the money becomes utterly, virtually useless. Obviously,
The government can't buy everything.
they can buy anything they want, except for everything.
They can't.
Do you see my point?
Oh my
Yep,
god,
I
you
got
guys
it.
are making my brain
Yeah,
hurt. I'm respectfully, I'm asked out of this conversation, bro. You guys are just too dumb for me to talk to. I don't have the patience.
Monopolies and saying
It's
that's where
modern
we are right
monetary
now.
theory.
Respectfully, I don't have the patience to talk to somebody like you. Respectfully, you could, if you, Cameron, you guys want to talk. If you want to talk to these two, you can, but I don't have the patience.
Love to
Understood
keep
that.
talking. Respectfully, I don't think you know anything about monetary theory or anything like that.
That's what you think.
No, that's what I know based on what you said.
All right, if that's what you're
It's
thinking.
okay. I'm not judging you. I'm not hating on you or anything like you are me. It's okay. I'm just
You think
pointing out.
governments can produce infinite wealth?
No. It's not wealth. I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it's just.
I'm
It's
saying
just,
they can
it's just
buy
fiat
everything
money.
up until everything. That's the limit that it approaches. Because then
Yeah.
it all becomes worthless, meaningless.
Yeah, that's what happens with inflation.
If the government wants 10 battleships, they just print the amount of money that somebody's willing to sell them 10 battleships. They just put it into a computer, boom, they have 10 battleships. They don't need to do anything. They don't need to produce anything. They just print the money. But of course,
Okay.
they literally cannot buy everything. Like, the limit is that, yeah, eventually it just becomes worthless. Like you said, inflation. But as long as somebody's willing
So
to sell
you just went back on your claim
for
then.
US
So
dollars.
you claimed that they could buy everything, and now you're going back on that claim.
No, I'm
He's
saying
explaining-
that is the limit. Like, there's no limit
So
except for
you
that.
earlier you said
No.
that they can buy everything. I said they can't buy everything, and now you said no. I was wrong. They can buy everything, and then now you're saying they can't buy everything. So you're going back on that claim.
I'm saying I made the point, and you're taking it to the maximum limited amount. And I'm saying, of course, you cannot buy literally everything because the end.
So then you're
is
going back.
every single-
So
every
earlier
single
you said
person and
that
every
the
single thing on
government
the planet.
can buy everything, but
Thing is, you think
and then when I
battleships
say-
are more limited than human beings, but the real limit.
I
is
never
human
said
beings.
that. I never said that once.
It's unemployment. There will always be unemployed people, so they can always just print more money and offer the money to human beings.
But they can't print forever, correct?
Yes, I'm saying that's the limit. Like, it's a mathematical limit we're talking about here. I think we're
So then they
reaching the same
can't. So
point
then
here
they
from two
can't
different
buy everything.
perspectives. Yes.
Okay,
They
so then
cannot
you're
literally
going
buy
back.
every
Good. So good.
single
You're going back on your claim. Good.
No, I'm
Hasn't
proving my
changed a
claim.
single thing.
I'm proving my exact statement. Like, this is
The
modern
claim that
monetary
you
theory.
the claim that you so you're proving that your claim that you said that the government
believe
can
in
buy
modern
everything by
monetary-
admitting that they can't buy everything. Got you.
Well, I don't believe in it like they do. I'm just telling you what they believe and how it works.
They're
That's
wrong.
not how it works because they can't buy everything.
Of course they're wrong. Of course you can't buy everything.
Okay, so then
Aren't
you
you
are
That's
going
my
back on your
point.
claim.
That
Got
is
you.
the only limit. That is the limit. It's that. It's everything. If you want to buy 99.999999% of things, yeah, they can do that. Of course. As long as you're willing to sell to them,
They can't even do that.
which everyone always will be. As long as they have power and control over everything, over the currency, over the money supply, of course they can. Because
Why don't they
until
do
every
that?
last human being's productivity is owned by them, then yeah, they can.
Okay.
You know, I thought the government was a big monopoly. But that was
Again-
the whole point of Ancap.
It is.
Government is a monopoly. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Not only that, it's a cartel.
What are you proving? What are you
Government
proving?
monopoly,
But
that's my
again,
point.
I said there's no monopolies in free markets.
Exactly. This is
We're
not
not in
a
a
free
free.
market. That's my
I
point.
know. That's the
We
point that.
agreed. That's what I'm saying.
I know.
I said we agreed with that.
But that's not. I'm not refuting your claim. I'm refuting Jink's claim that there can be a monopoly in the free market, but there can't.
Right. Not in a true free market. There cannot be. Right.
No.
So the government can own
Yeah, I
everything.
agree. You need guns.
Government can own everything then.
No, the government can't own everything.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't even know why we
Weird.
were on on that.
Why do you keep asking the same question over that we've literally already disproved?
It's because we took it to the limit there of everything. It's like, can they
was just trying
literally
to-
own everything?
Hold on, Jinx. I don't know. Why do
It
you?
just
Yes,
takes away the whole meaning of ownership itself and all things. It just
I
becomes
was just trying
meaningless.
to point out that you guys are saying the government is owning everything for the monopoly, and you're trying to stop that. But then at the same time, you're saying not. They can't. So
A
it's like,
monopoly does not mean that you own everything. A monopoly
you
means
own
that a monopoly means that you're the one seller in a certain industry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right,
if you
total
are
control of the
if
market,
you
which
have
if the
control over
market
the
is
market,
human beings.
if you are the control, if you have a full control over if you have a monopoly on force, which means that you have control over that market in a sense that other businesses are not allowed to compete with you in that market, i.e. the state, well then you're a monopoly on force, which is what the state is. That's why we don't have a free market right now.
Force, capital, human beings, productivity itself, labor, and imagination, and probably a dozen other things.
So
Like,
because
they
we're not
literally
in a
can't
free
own
market,
everything.
that's
I agree.
because right now we're under a free market. We're not under a free market. We have basically monopolies controlling the industries.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kind of.
So yeah, if we didn't have we did have a free market, well then you wouldn't really see that shit.
The idea that you could, in a free market, buy every single competitor in some industry is obviously like not feasible. That's never happened. That cannot happen. I don't understand.
It's
like
mathematically impossible.
Jinx, how does that seem possible to you?
say if I can't buy it, like you're saying, I will still grow the best fruits and veggies, and I'll hold that monopoly. No one else will go anywhere else, and I'll make sure to have the market flooded with my fruits and veggies.
How do you make the best? How is it that you're going to be the only one that's able to do it?
Right,
You don't have a
physically
green
possible.
thumb.
Yeah, I do actually.
So you have to come up. So the only way you could defeat our argument is basically coming up with a hypothetical that doesn't actually exist in the real world.
Again, you'd have to own literally everything, because vegetables are grown everywhere, and there's the infinitude amount of different vegetables that are grown in different soils.
Yep, you have to grow them in different soils, and if you own that little area, or if they a certain altitude, you're the one that has that monopoly on, say, avocados.
Yeah, but that's impossible
Sure,
because
a drought comes.
You're ignoring that anyone else can enter that market, though, and then you'd no longer be a monopoly.
In a free market, yes.
Yeah.
What's stopping other people from creating or growing the same vegetable?
Good luck growing it where they can't grow it.
Only guns.
How are they not going to be able to grow it?
Yeah, guns.
All you need is dirt.
Certain plants require a certain altitude and a certain humidity. Plants can't just grow everywhere.
How are you going to grow? How are you going to be the only person that owns every single land in that altitude and whatever?
Because we're going to work together and we're going to say we own it.
That's not how that works.
Exactly. Yeah, that is.
No.
It's not a free market.
That's not a free market.
You need guns for that.
Well, I don't know how else you guys are going to have businesses, but that's the way I see it. It seems like a good idea.
Yeah, it won't work.
Monopolies are not
You know why it won't work? Because there would be nothing stopping another competitor from coming up and competing with you. No, and selling the same service that you're selling.
Oh, exactly.
Come
You're selling wheat. You're selling wheat, dude. I'm gonna sell potatoes.
Yeah.
They'll get their starch. They'll get their calories a different way, and it'll be a lot cheaper.
Or you could also just sell wheat. You could also just sell the same thing as them. You could do it better than them.
Sounds like we got monopolies on each other.
Exactly. That's a free market. Like that's what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
That's not a monopoly.
Hold on, wait.
If there's competition, it's not a monopoly.
Well, there's no competition for the avocados, but I'm trading for potatoes.
There is competition for avocados, though. There are many companies that make avocados. There's not one company. If companies could figure out a way to become a monopoly, they would have done it already. But that's not the case.
You need guns. Companies have started many monopolies. You need guns, though. Look at the Banana Republic Wars.
That's not a company.
have
Those are
government.
states. Those are criminals.
Yeah, what the government does.
Well, they're
Yeah.
criminals because they're monopolists.
Hmm.
The point is they monopolize.
But again,
the
that's
banana
not a
industry
free
because
market.
what they
We're
do.
talking again.
They
We're
had to
not
wage
talking
war.
about it. Listen, we're not talking about the current system right now. We're talking about under a free market. If you have a bunch of criminal organizations going around and inserting their will, that's not a free market. You can't have a monopoly under a free market because there would be competition. How do you stop competition under a free market? You can't.
Right.
It's impossible.
You're 100% correct. Yeah.
I know we're gonna sling a lot more avocados and potatoes.
It's impossible.
Really? It's a free market. We'll be slinging
Again,
faster
if
than
there's
we
a
can
free
fucking
market,
count.
then there's nothing you can do to stop another person from selling the same service.
Yeah. Produce
At
more,
least
sell
not
more.
legally.
Yeah, so it will automatically, so it's impossible for there to be a monopoly. You can't, it's impossible.
Right. Monopolies and free markets don't go together. Maybe in a semi-free market. But that's not
It
free.
will be
Yeah.
once we get together.
Right, that's a cartel. That's what that means.
Yeah.
To
Okay,
get
but that's
together.
not a
Like,
free
it's
market,
that's-
Jinx. You keep using
Yeah, but
examples of non-free markets and then saying, "Oh my God, if we have a free market, we're gonna have a monopoly." But again,
If you
what you're
teamed up with
describing,
me,
Jinx,
would you not
what
get
you're
more?
describing is not a free market.
I know.
Okay,
But
so
if you
then
teamed up
why
with
are
me,
you
would you
saying
not
that in a
get
free
more?
market we're gonna have monopolies and then using examples that aren't a free market?
Because I'm a revolutionary and I'm going to change that. I will be teaming up with people so we can have a better life and we'll be
You're an
stronger together.
authoritarian.
And then you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You'll get shot.
You're an authoritarian.
Oh,
What
see?
ex-
And you
Look,
need
wait,
guns.
there you
exactly?
go.
What exactly would you do? I don't understand.
There's
Like,
nothing
what
you
exactly
can
would you
do. There's literally nothing
You're
you
trying
can
to-
do in a free market. Nothing.
Exactly.
Right. They're
And you just wanna
antithetical
shoot
to
them.
each
So then
other.
you agree with us.
You need
The-
gun- no, you
monopolies
wanna
are
shoot him.
impossible in a free market. You agree, right?
I
No.
just want to outsell the shit out of you guys and team up with my friends. And that's
Right, but
that.
you won't. You won't. You will not outsell. Like you won't take control. That you cannot possibly monopolize a market without a non-free market system. You need other control mechanisms. You need guns. You need the government backing you. You need legal.
And if you're using
authoritarian
force,
rule.
then it's not a free market. So explain to me
Right.
how,
You're the one
explain
that's-
to me,
that
listen to
you
me,
wanted
explain to me how you're going to make a monopoly in a free market. Not a non-free market, in a free market. How?
They are going to choose my product over yours,
Why?
and you're not going to be able to compete with me because I'm
Why?
going to bring it to them. I'm going to do all the good things.
Hold on.
Everyone's
What's
gonna
stopping
team
me?
up with
Wait. What's stopping me
No.
from doing the exact same thing that you're doing? What's stopping me?
You can go ahead and do it, but I'm just gonna
Okay, so then,
Hold on,
then
no such
why?
thing
How are
as
you
you
gonna?
can't compete
How are
with
you
me.
gonna be able to? How are you gonna be able
You
to
can do it.
monopolize? Okay, so
No,
then
you
how
have
are
to
you gonna
kill everybody
monopolize?
else.
You can do it. I'm not saying you can't do it.
Okay,
but
so then
I'm
how
gonna
are
be
you
the
gonna
one
monopolize
that's gonna
then?
be the big dog.
How are you gonna monopolize if I could provide the same service?
When your stuff's going shitty because you can't sell out your avocados on time, I'll be purchasing that out.
Yeah, because
What's
Yeah, but
stopping
he'll
me?
just
What's
go-
stopping
he'll plant
me?
Banana.
No,
He'll
Jinx.
plant wheat. He'll
Very
plant soybean.
quickly, what is stopping me from providing the same service? What?
Nothing, I said.
Okay,
I
so
said that
then how
multiple
is you?
times.
How are you gonna have a monopoly if nothing is stopping me from providing the same service? How are you gonna have a monopoly?
I am going, like
Exactly.
I said, I'm going to
If you-
There's big
outcompete you.
dogs. Don't get us wrong. There's
Yeah.
big
How are you
dogs.
gonna?
but that's good.
There's Walmart
You can
and then there's
try all you
Target.
want.
competition,
But you're
if
not.
you-
How could you outcompete me if I'm your competition?
I'm competing you.
Point is, he can
Working harder.
outcompete you,
Are you
but
gonna
if you're
be more
competing with
efficient?
them,
But if you're
it's
competing,
competition.
there's competition, and if you're competing with me, then there's competition, and you're no longer a monopoly.
When I'm out
If
competing you,
there's competition in market, you cannot have a monopoly. And
Yes.
that's simple.
It's that simple. Yes,
but I think you guys are forgetting the fact
because
is-
that's competition. That's by definition not a monopoly.
like,
If you have,
and
if I am
competition
competing
happens
with you,
in
Jinx, if I am competing with you and selling the
I
same
get what
service as
you're
you,
saying,
even though you
but
might
you're
be
not
doing, even if you're doing,
understanding.
Jinx, even if you're doing a better job than me, I'm still competing with you, which means that you're not a
And-
monopoly.
your food will rot because you cannot keep up and you cannot sell it fast
But
enough.
I'm competing with you, right?
because you-
Nah, it
But
doesn't
am
work
I
that way, man.
competing with you? Yes or no?
If you
Jinx.
For a
are
while,
being out,
until I buy you
Okay,
out.
so because I'm competing with you, you are
Buy
not a
him out.
monopoly.
Do you understand that
Like I
like some markets are like owned more like by certain companies? Like in the UK, they still consider it a monopoly if like a certain company owns like 50%
But they're not a
of
monopoly.
all the market.
Yeah, the
That doesn't
government
make
can,
any
the
sense.
government
Well,
is just the government. What you're saying is the government calling them a monopoly, but they're not actually a monopoly. A monopoly is a one seller.
I understand that, but I was
Yeah.
just trying to say that like a certain
Mono.
company or certain companies can have a big portion of a market, right? Like they sort
That's
of like
not
determine
necessarily
it in a
bad
way.
though.
Of course.
That's
But
not
that's not a
necessarily bad.
monopoly.
Yeah, but that's not a
What if
monopoly.
homie's growing 10 potatoes in his backyard, he sells them to his neighbors?
Yeah, that's competition.
It's not
Here,
right. It's a
here's the
competition.
thing.
You're not the other guy's not
Also,
selling 10
even if you
potatoes
have
to his neighbors.
90% of a
Unfair
market
competition.
share in a certain industry, right? That still doesn't mean that there isn't competition. Because, like, for instance, if you're selling potatoes and you have 90% of the market in potatoes, I could just sell avocados and compete with you selling avocados.
Right, you change. It's monopolistic. I mean, if you owned like 90% of a market, like yeah, you're getting monopolistic, but it's not very realistic. Like it doesn't really happen under free market circumstances. Because you're talking about competition. You're talking about you are not better than 90% of the world, bro. Whatever business you're running is not better than 90% of the world unless you're pointing guns at the other 90% of the world to shut them down. Like, you really can't run it better than everybody else like that. Like, yeah, you can have a market share, you can have a market majority, whatever, no doubt. But that's free market stuff. Like, it'll all play out, it'll whatever.
What's interesting
we
is...
have... Yeah, please go ahead. No,
So,
please.
the thing about like large companies that have dominant market shares, right? One example that comes to my mind and that I often hear about is Standard Oil, which operated in the late 19th century and early 20th century in America. I'm sure you guys are aware of Standard Oil. And Standard Oil at its peak, I think in the early 1900s or late 1800s, had at one point had what you would call a near monopoly, around 90% of the market share. When it came to like petroleum products. However, during the time that Standard Oil was, growing to this huge level, the prices for kerosene, for example, one of their main products, dropped vastly over a period of maybe 20 to 40 years. I don't remember I think actually the exact numbers are in, I think, the 1860s, kerosene, I think it's kerosene, was around 30 cents a gallon or something. Then by, I think, around the late 1890s, it was around 5 to 7 cents. Um, and Standard Oil was huge during this time. So clearly, even though Standard Oil had such a large market share, because they were so competitive, the prices to products such as kerosene dropped vastly. So that wasn't actually a
Because they were
problem.
so anti-competitive, they could charge 6 cents for everybody else's 30 cents and run them all out of business. That's what they were doing.
They were very
Standard Oil was
competitive.
literally
Not
losing money
anti-competitive.
on everything because they had complete control over everything.
They
And
did
had
not
done
have
such
complete control.
militaristic
They did not
tactics.
have complete control.
That's what I said.
In fact,
Complete
over
control. So you
time,
get my point.
what
Because
happened
they were
is
losing
over.
money. They were charging that for a reason.
Yeah, but the
No, they
problem
weren't
is
losing
they
money.
a company can only sell at a loss for a certain amount of time before they completely run
Right.
out and lose business. And then as soon as once they raise the prices of their goods and services, that's when new businesses will basically prop up in order to take advantage of those raising prices.
Right. It would all work itself out in the free market system.
Mm-hmm.
But they were doing that.
It
It was
was.
that way because they had taken mostly control of everything. And they just wanted to
I mean, they
dry
had a
everybody
lot
else
of...
out.
They had a
Just run
large
everybody else out
market
of
share,
control.
but they didn't have complete control. They did have competitors.
No. Of course. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And
before...
that's a fringe example. Like, they had extreme militaristic tactics in that time. Like, people don't understand what they did.
Oh yeah, that
to
is true.
get that.
I mean, Standard Oil... Wait, what do you mean?
Oh my god, I died.
So, like, is this like a chat where everyone's an Ancap? I'm just so confused. Like, what is?
Are you
the
not?
law
Are
with
you an
this
Ancap?
thing? No, I'm not.
Why not?
Why should I be?
Because, bro, Taxation is theft.
Taxation is not theft.
How is it not theft?
Because it's a social contract, like the citizens agree to pay taxes.
I never signed a contract.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
a
What?
social contract. You don't have to sign a contract for there to be a contract. Like if a woman gives
I never agreed
birth
to the
her
contract.
child,
This country was basically
mean-
founded on the fact that we didn't want to pay taxes of any kind, bro. They levied like one tax, and we were like, nope, we'll just kill you all. How about that?
It's based.
Yeah, I don't
The
agree with
government has
taxation,
a
bro.
set of-
I don't agree with where my money is going.
I mean, sure, but that's like a different topic, right? Like if you were to move to
Well,
a
if
country
if
that
somebody takes your
doesn't
money,
fund
right,
wars-
without your consent, and then spends it on things you don't want, that's theft.
Right, and it's just let's just
Social
form a whole new
contract,
government. Let's make our
citizens
own
agree to.
currency.
Well, we don't.
Let's just do
no, we're
something
not
else.
We're gonna abolish the government.
Right, and that's what they did with
What's
the
up,
American
Sithis?
Revolution.
Not much.
And they
You.
instituted a new one, so
Yeah, then they
Crown was
created a
broke,
new one.
and they were
We
like,
don't
"Hey,
want to
we're
create
gonna
a new
make you guys
government. We
pay
want to abolish the government.
Haitian Revolution.
And I'm with that and everything, but
Interested in having a government though?
that seems pretty radical to
People
most.
not interested in having a government.
People really believe in this kind of thing.
I mean, most people
Great
prefer
mythology.
having a government, I'm sorry. And to have a government, you have to pay taxes and keep it alive.
Yeah, most people want
Most
a slave
people, I
master.
mean, most
get
slave
it,
owners
according
prefer
you.
to enslave their inhabitants, but just because
Master
a
clean.
large portion of people prefer something does not make it okay for it to be done. Violating people's rights,
Brainwashing is a real
violating
thing.
people's rights is is immoral and shouldn't be done regardless of what the majority believes is okay or not okay.
And that's why the American Revolution happened, and that's why they made the Constitution. And that's why the whole Bill of Rights, everything about that is about, hey, government, you can't do this shit.
Like if there
I
was
think
no
it's kind of
government,
annoying.
no
I
rights-
can't think it's.
We're just gonna die on it, bro. We'll go
So
to
like
war
if
to
there was
the
no
end.
government, so
you
there
don't
was
get
no
it.
government, your rights won't be violated. Is that what you think?
No, I don't believe that without the government, my rights won't be violated. But what I'm saying is that the government does violate my rights. They literally forcefully extract my wealth from my pocket, regardless of whether I want the services or don't.
I mean, they
Right,
don't
and
have
that's why the
to
Constitution is written in. That's why the
somebody.
Second Amendment exists. That's why the First Amendment exists.
I don't
we don't-
support the Constitution. I'm not with the Constitution, bro.
I'm just saying that's why those things happened. It's because the government was violating their rights, and they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna not agree with you all, and we're gonna make you agree to these things, like the Magna Carta. Otherwise, you know, your ships are gonna keep getting burnt."
sure.
Yeah, but those people created another government. I don't support that.
Well, you know, I
So you
agree.
think there should be no government at all?
No
Or
state.
like, you want to move
I
into
agree.
a
The
place
kingdoms
where
of
there's
this
no
world are
state?
nothing.
Yes,
Absolutely
I mean,
nothing.
There
Fiction.
actually is
You're
a place
terrible.
in Denmark. There actually is a place in Denmark which technically has no state. I think it's like a block or something, or something
It's
like
all
that. I don't know.
fiction. It's just legal fiction.
No, there really is no state. The government doesn't tax the people who live there. The government doesn't send patrol cars. It doesn't send
There really is
ambulances
no
to that
state?
place. Yeah, in that place there really is no state. It's like what
No,
you
I'm
guys
saying in
have.
reality, there really is no state. These are all legal fiction.
Yeah, it's completely
that we agree
anarchist.
to.
Based.
I'm just saying, in reality, it's just
As it
it's
should
just
be.
nature itself. Like
No,
that's
I'm
nature.
talking about this. I'm talking about this like specific place in Denmark, and it's probably the worst place to ever be. Like it's full of drugs, it's full of crime, and that's it. It's like a place with no state, and this is the kind of things you would expect there to happen.
No, not
That's the kind of
necessarily,
thing I'd
because
expect
we
when
don't
we talk
believe in
about
just
it.
getting rid of the state. We believe in replacing the state, the functions of the state, with privatization.
So private
just believe in
companies are going
love.
to govern you,
That could
basically.
only go well.
No, you govern yourself. What you do is you choose a private company to protect you in the case of torts or crimes against you. There would be insurance companies that would insure your property against torts.
What's the tort? I'm
Okay,
sorry.
now we're
English
getting
is
into
not my
crime.
first language.
A violation of your rights.
Tort's a
Okay,
word that
let's
no one knows.
say, so if like someone comes and burns my house and runs away, like,
you call your insurance company, and then they would assess the damage and pay you for the restitution for the crime done. Then they'll go to that person's insurance company and extract restitution from that person.
Yeah, but what if that insurance company says, yeah, we're not going to extract restitution?
Well, then you would go to... Excuse me.
Who's going to stop them?
I think that company would go
their
under.
competition.
Ideally, how's the competition going to stop that insurance company from extracting restitution? I mean, in my mind, I would think that all insurance companies would be like, yeah, you know, we insure our own people, but we're not giving money for something that our person did bad. And
that's not what we said. We never said that. I never said that. I never said that. That shows how much you were actually listening. So I said if you were crime, if somebody violates your... Excuse me. Listen,
I'm not saying you said that.
I know, but let me explain. So when you have somebody commit a crime against you, your insurance company isn't paying that person. They're paying you for the crime that they did. It's the same way with your insurance company. When you get into a car accident, right? They pay you for your car, or they get you a new one, and then they extract restitution from the insurance company that is represented by that person or that person.
Yeah, that's because there's a law for that, right? But who's going to do it in a place where there's no laws? I know how insurance
You don't need a law. You don't need laws in order to, or state laws in order to have this. And we're not against. Also, we're not against law. We're against state law. We believe in our own law, which is the non-aggression principle.
Government, then who's going to create federal law for you? Like, is there like federal?
We believe in the non-aggression principle. We believe in the non-aggression principle, and that's going to be law.
Contract law has nothing to do with federal law.
You can enforce a contract without a state. You don't need a state.
How are you going to enforce the non-aggression principle without a state, though?
Private insurance companies.
Yeah, but who's going to stop from private insurance companies from being like this
competition
example of the restitution? But how is it going to stop it? You never told me
because with a state, if they commit a crime against you, you have no choice but to continue paying them. Whereas a private company, if they commit a crime against you, you can move to their competition and they'll lose money. So they're incentivized. So you could post what they did online and then they'll lose more customers. But the thing is, if they do not do their job, they're going to lose money and they're going to go out of business. Whereas the state, there's nothing. Regardless of whether they do the job or not, they still get paid because they can tax you. Whereas it's not the same with a private company.
From all insurance companies being like, yeah, you know, we're not gonna do these certain rules, or you know, we're just not gonna follow most of these rules.
Because private companies want to make profit. I'm assuming you would agree with that, right?
Yeah, they want to make profit.
In this case, private security companies or insurance companies would get profit from protecting or insuring the individuals under its jurisdiction. So if it refused to protect people or do insurance, another insurance company will come in and then would be competing with them, and then you could just switch to that one that actually does the job. So that would incentivize people who are these insurance companies to pay out or do with their job.
Is everyone gonna have to have insurance in this state? Like, what if there's people with no insurance?
Well, then there's crime subrogation. If somebody, whenever there's a crime that's committed against you, the other individual who violated your rights owes you money. So what you could do is you could sell that portion of that claim to an arbitration company who will then oversee you. And once the restitution is collected from once the restitution is collected from the individual, they'll take a portion of that money, and you don't have to pay up front.
How do you collect restitution if there's no law? Like this person,
there is. I don't know where. So I don't know where you were the last 10 minutes, but let me catch you up to the conversation since it seems like
they're all private, dude. Collection agencies.
Yeah, so I guess you weren't listening the last 5 minutes. So let me hold on. Excuse me. You weren't. It seems like you weren't listening the last 5. Ruby,
I was listening.
So let me catch you up to the conversation. You said many times, how is there no enforcement if there's no law? I've said many times in this conversation that we not against law. We do believe in law. So I guess if you were listening, you wouldn't ask that. You wouldn't need to ask that question because you would have already known that we do believe in law.
Bro, you don't pay your finance bill on your car. A private repo man is hired by the insurance company to come repo your car. It's a private industry.
Yeah, you don't need the state in order to do that.
Right, the demand is there. There's demand, and so the supply will be met for a certain price. That's how it works in free markets.
This is based on civil law that I'm able that
government doesn't enforce the insurance company. Like I don't know what you do.
The government doesn't enforce the insurance company, but the
government
National
Guard that shows up to like enforce.
No, that's not true. They have private arbitration. No, they have private courts are not overseen by the state. They're done. It's all done privately.
Yeah, because it's based on contract law. But what happens if like a certain company like doesn't want to follow this contract law, or they say no? Then they're going to lose money. In those cases.
They'll lose money because you could go to the competition.
They don't lose money.
They are going to lose money.
They don't. If they're big enough, they don't lose money.
They are going to lose money, and the reason why is because if they are not fulfilling their obligations, people are free to leave. And if people are free to leave and they don't fulfill their obligations, what do you think people are going to do? Do you think people are going to just sit there and get screwed over?
Provided that they screw over a large amount of people.
If they screw over a large amount of people, that's a large amount of people that's going to leave their company, and then they're going to lose all their money.
The bigger you are, the harder you fall. The only reason you couldn't fail because you're big is because the government is like, dude, this is too big for us to not bail them out, and they'll just print money.
If there's a state now, if you believe if you're under a state, you can have the state prop up a company in order to keep them alive. But again, we're not under a statist system. We're under a free market, and under a free market,
all these insurance companies failed in 2008, and the government just printed a bunch of money, bail them out.
Yeah, so but again, there is no state. So
a lot of their customers, there's many examples in the real world where companies go
under a statist system. Yeah.
Yeah, but why does that matter? How does the state
that's the
allow
system.
These companies to screw you over?
Well, because they are getting paid by these companies.
Not all companies are paid by the state.
No, the state. No. You got it backwards. You got it backwards. The companies are paying the state to put these laws in order for them to take out their competition.
Well, not necessarily. Not all companies do that.
A lot of companies do that. Most regulation.
A lot of companies do that, and a lot of them don't. Like in my country, that's like rarely the case.
So they don't have licensing laws in your country?
Licensing laws is not corruption.
That is corruption. That's literally people going up to the state and being like, we want to limit our competition. So what we want is for the state to come in and say, hey, you need to get our approval in order to compete with other competitors. That's what licensing is.
Licensing laws are put there to make sure that whatever the company is doing, like it's legitimate and it's not going to screw over a person. Like you cannot become a mechanic or a doctor without an education, right? You basically have to get a degree, which is licensing.
No. The state, what the state does is what happened was these private companies, they got together and they said, hey, with these private,
they don't get together,
excuse me, hold on. What happened is hello, excuse me.
Yeah, what happened I heard you.
What happened is, hello, excuse me. What happened is these private companies, they got together. What they did is they got together. They went to the government. Hello, stop interrupting. Stop. Do I have to mute you?
You're being wrong about
Ruby, do I have to mute you?
Me. You can't mute me. That's
yes, I can. It's actually this is my room. I can mute anyone. So
yeah, you still can mute people. If that is your room.
It is my room.
Well, that's not actually what happened. Like it's not companies get together and create license laws.
So you're scared of my answer. That's what you were. You're scared of my answer. Okay, so then why won't you allow me to answer?
Because it's wrong. What you're saying.
Okay, so you're scared of my answer. Got you. No problem. You're scared.
Okay, yeah, please say it, but it's going to be a complete
okay, but you're not allowed. Okay, so then why are you? If you're not scared, then why don't you just let me say it?
Oh, please say your big lie. That doesn't really matter.
Okay, so what happened with licensing laws is the large corporations basically came together and they said, hey, we could take out our competition by basically going to the state and having them require licensing laws licensing requirements in order to basically stomp out the competition or make it harder for competition to come in and compete with these large companies. So what happens is the state puts in all of these rules that these people have to follow, and they have to pay out the wazoo in order to get licensing and all of this training that is arbitrarily chosen by the state to basically limit competition.
So a bunch of hospitals got together and said, hey, we want to limit competition for people who are not real doctors. So how about we force the
Who determines who's a doctor?
Degrees?
Who determines who's a doctor?
Why does it matter who determines who's a doctor? I'm asking you a question.
The state doesn't determine who's a doctor. If I want somebody, I want somebody who's unlicensed to look after me, that's my right.
Can you
Right,
give me
and
an
in fact, it
example
limits real
of-
doctors because now I have to charge $3,000 to just do a simple
Can you give me an
procedure that I
example
can
of,
do
like-
for $10 in 20 minutes. Because if I don't pay the license fee, I'm not
Can you give
allowed
me
to
an
do it.
example
I'm
of, like,
practicing
private-
unlawfully.
Okay, great. Can you give me an example of like private companies
I just
getting
gave you an
together
example.
or hospitals? That's not an example. I'm asking you like a real world
course it is.
example where
You don't know
like,
anything.
The
You said
American,
real-
the
you don't know
American
anything about
medical.
insurance
Excuse,
companies.
hold
You
on,
don't know anything about medical industry.
P.
Sorry.
The American Medical Association, that they literally got together and they lobbied the government to in the United States in order to require licensing, and they also got put in regulations to limit the amount of doctors that are allowed to get licenses each year. These
can you
are
show me
the
an example of that?
yeah. Just look up
Can you show me an example of that?
I did the American Medical
That's not an
Association.
Where did the AMA say, okay, we have to create medical degrees so that doctors are like licensed?
That's what the
to know
AMA
they're doing?
is.
That's the AMA is.
That's not what the. I'm asking you a specific example. that
What they
came from
did
the,
is they
AMA that
lobbied the
required
government.
this.
You're meaning to tell me they didn't lobby the government for licensing?
No, they do lobby the governments for licenses.
Okay, so they
but I'm
lobbied the
asking about
government.
this specific.
They
this
lobbied the
specific,
government
like
to
you're saying
limit their
you didn't get a college
competition.
degree. Okay, can you give me an example of
I
where
did
you're
the AMA.
Well, can you give me an example? Dude,
The AMA.
I just told you, right? I just told you. My neighbor has a
dog.
A dog stepped on
Okay,
a
you
thorn.
guys
He
don't
comes into
want
my
to
house.
talk about
Hold
this?
on,
He just comes to the house. I'm already doing the illegal thing. If I take the thorn out of your
Hey,
dog's paw,
P.
Can you give me
P.
an
1
example
second.
of
Let
where
him.
we're talking
Let him
about?
answer.
You guys
Let him
wanna talk
ask his
over-
question. P.
I'm making a real good point. This is a
Wait,
very
but just-
simple example.
we-
If
Go
my
ahead.
neighbor's
That's really
dog
bad.
steps on a thorn, the thorn's in the dog's paw, I am required under the
So
licensing,
then
under the
saying this, I'm gonna
regulation,
ask a
to
question.
take them into my office to do a certain procedure and to charge a certain amount of money. But me being a actual educated physician, without regards of licensing, anything like that, the AMA, I'm just gonna take the thorn out of your dog's paw, man, for like no money. You can make me a sandwich. We're all good, right?
Hey, can you give
That
me
would
an
be
example?
that would be medical
Okay.
malpractice, according to them, and I would lose my license. I'd never be able to practice medicine ever again because I
You're
just
not
helped
really
your dog.
saying anything, dude.
You're not adding to
Can
the
you please give me an
conversation. P.
example?
You're not adding to the conversation. So just
I just said everything, dude.
okay. So
Okay.
Ruby, go ahead.
Can you
Ask
please
your
give me an
question.
example? Can you please give me an example
The AMA.
of when? That's not an example. I ask you.
It is
when
an
did
example.
the AMA do this?
I don't know the
Well,
exact
please
year,
give
but
me
they
an
did do it.
example. Well, if you don't know the exact year,
Just
how
look
do
it
I know
up.
that they actually did this? Like AMA, like
They did do it.
gives license,
So you're
the
meaning to tell
AMA
me that the
lobbies
state
for
does not?
licensees and medicine.
Okay, so the AMA doesn't lobby the state. Got you.
AMA does lobby, but you're giving me specific.
Why do they Why are they lobbying the state?
Example. You guys don't get it.
Why are they lobbying the state?
You can lose your medical license for practicing out of your own house.
Yeah.
Licenses and having a degree
But
is not
it's
the
hey,
same
this
thing.
is very simple.
I'm
I'm a
asking
doctor.
you-
I just know that I can just take the thorn out of your dog's paw for like $10. Like I'm not going to charge you much. I can lose my medical license. You don't understand it. But according to them, that's
I do
malpractice.
understand it. I
No,
asked
you
a
don't,
specific
because I didn't come
question.
in-
I've
I didn't
answered
come
your
into the clinic.
question.
I
You
didn't
just
turn
don't
the
like the
lights on.
answer.
No, you're not giving me any answer at all.
I
You're
told
just
you.
saying this, "Oh, well, we
Are you
need it for
admitting?
people to
So
get
you're
college
saying that
degrees."
the AMA does not lobby the state?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so you do
I'm
know that
asking you for a specific
they do
example.
lobby the state. Yeah.
No, I asked you
course
like
they do.
I think you didn't listen to me. Like I didn't deny that EMA lobbies. I'm asking you a specific example when the,
The AMA.
forced the state or lobbied the state to motivate the state to force people to get degrees to become doctors. I'm asking you a specific time when this happened. When did the
Okay,
AMA
so
do
what
this?
you, if
If
you
they
want to know
lobbied
the
it, I
specific
should be able
time,
to
if you
prove
want to
it.
know the specific time, what you could do is you could go to Google or ChatGPT and look up when the around what time the state started requiring occupational licensing, and then then it'll give you the answer.
Yeah,
That
it
never
said it
happened.
never happened.
No,
It
so
never
this,
happened.
so the state never forced people to get occupational licensing.
I'm not talking about occupation licensing. I'm talking about getting a degree. Because getting a degree and becoming a licensed doctor is actually not the same thing. Like,
I understand
to become
that.
a licensed doctor, you need a degree. But
Yeah.
Dude,
my
exactly.
specific
Exactly.
Example,
So who put that in place?
No, not
License
exactly.
with cartel to be considered a doctor.
Yeah, you
even
have
though
to be
know
part of the
everything.
cartel.
Right, you could do all
Okay,
medical
when did the
practices
AMA
of all of them, but if you didn't pay for the
Yeah,
license,
I've
you're not
answered
a
this
doctor.
question already for you like 5 times. If you want to know what year that happened, you could just go onto Google and look up what year the state started requiring people to get medical licensure, and then it'll tell you.
I did, and the AMA never lobbied people to get medical licensure. It was actually like a government endeavor, like for doctors to become.
Yeah, but they were
licensed. You
lobbied
just
by
lied.
they were
You
lobbied
just
to do
lied this whole
so.
time.
They were lobbied
There's
to do
no
so.
proof of that. Prove it. Prove it.
Okay. All you need to do is just look it up.
I just did, and it turns out that you've been lying to me this whole time.
Oh, so the AMA didn't lobby the state. I got you.
To get a doctor's license? No, not in that particular case.
Okay, got you. No problem.
So why are you lying, bro?
I'm not lying. It's true. You're
No, you are
confused.
lying. You told me to go to Google and Google it, and Google says that you're a big
So
fat
you're
liar,
meaning
bro.
to tell me that the state does not require occupational licensing?
But that's not the question, bro. Why are you evading the question? Are you afraid of giving me the real answer?
I've
No,
given
it's
you the
not.
answer. The AMA
I'm
and all
giving
of
you-
these companies, they
Then
basically
prove
went.
it.
They
Then prove
who's
it,
the
bro.
ones that who are the people that approve these licensing?
Prove it, dude. Like, it's the government
Wait,
that
who are
approves
they-
licenses, so it's a law. It's a legislation.
Yeah, but these
right?
these are agencies that were lobbied for by a lot of these companies in order to stop out the competition.
Okay, can you, like, prove it, please?
Yeah, you can just look it up. Who lobbied the state in order to get occupational licensing laws?
No one did. That's what Google told me.
That Google told you no one did.
It says it was a government endeavor. Like, there was no lobby
I understand it
involved.
was a government endeavor, right, to create the licensing, but they didn't just create it out of nowhere. It was pushed by people in the occupational sphere to basically because they were going to the government saying, "Oh my God, there are a whole bunch of people who are getting low quality doctor care, so we need to professionalize by forcing everybody to get a license." So they went to the government and said, "Hey, you need to force everybody to get a license, but not us. You got to give us an exemption."
So this is what it says. Doctors were first required to get licenses in the 19th century United States, following a state-by-state enactment of licensing laws and the establishment of medical boards. While some states experimented with licensing laws earlier in the
Medical
1800s,
boards,
a
brother.
comprehensive movement to require licenses for physicians gained momentum and was consistently upheld by
There you
US Supreme
go.
Court
Thank
in
you
the
very
19th
much.
century.
Thank you very
Or
much.
what
Thank
company
you
was
very
lobbying?
much. Huh?
Thank you very much for what? What company was lobbying them?
What did you just read what you just said? Reread what you just said. You literally said as it was
when some
growing.
states
Growing what?
Yeah, there was a movement.
Yeah, a movement of
this
doctors,
is not
and
a
they were
private
lobbying.
This is not a private company movement. I'm asking you.
There were doctors.
to
They
give
were
me-
doctors and people
medical-
within
Yeah,
the
but where's the
medical
lobby?
industry who are a growing movement. They
Right.
were lobbying the state in order to create licensing. I mean, this is just a fact. It's literally
right.
right. You literally read it yourself.
These are not lobbies. Not all movements are lobbies, at least. I'm asking you for a specific example.
I
where the
did. You read it
AMA
yourself.
No, dude, this has nothing to do with the AMA. You have to prove to me that this movement was started by AMA.
You're meaning to
Google
tell
it
me?
and
Wait,
find
wait.
out.
You're meaning to tell me that the AMA does not lobby the state in order to?
That's not what I said.
that was just-
I'm asking
Okay, so they
you-
do
I'm
lobby the
asking
state.
No, I'm asking you to give me a connection that this movement was started by AMA. It says nothing about the AMA.
AMA, I mean, not the AMA. I was using the AMA as an example of a company that does lobby the state in order to create
It's not a company; it's a non-profit organization.
Or whatever.
Bro, that is
either
a
way.
company, dude.
Just because a company doesn't make profit doesn't make it not a company. That is a company.
A company.
Yeah, it is a company.
Changing the definition of a company. Companies are for profit, dude. AMA is
not all companies are for profit.
So now you're just changing the definition, right?
No.
You're changing the definition.
Wait, charities are companies.
Company is just a gathering of people, dude. It's a collection of people. We're a company of men. We're going on an adventure.
That's not
a company. We agreed to be together.
No, dude, that's not a company.
Yeah, it is.
So I just love how what you read just proves everything that I said correctly, and then you're still trying to find some way to prove me wrong.
No, it really doesn't.
It did. It said that a growing group of people basically got together, a movement, basically lobbied the state in order to create licensing, and then a lot of these doctors basically said, hey, if we put licensing laws, we could basically cut out our competition. And they also did this with the lodge. They made it the lodge practices basically illegal.
Do you have hearing problems? Or are you just like, do you have hearing problems, or do you just already admit that?
No, you have hearing problems. What you read literally said what I was proved what I said.
When did I have
I guess you have hearing problems because you clearly didn't hear what you read, what came out of your own mouth. I can't hear what you're saying, dude.
I'll be around. I gotta take a drive real quick, but.
Yeah, no problem. That's pretty cool. I actually I put a new screen protector on my phone, and there's literally no air bubbles, no dust bubbles, no nothing. That's based. Based. Nothing bothers me more than having air bubbles in my screen protector.
You do understand my example, right? Where, point is, the other homies doesn't always talk about stuff like that, and I do agree with most everything you said. But like, you get my point. Where like, literally, many, and I know many doctors in this way who have had to quit their practice because they don't believe in the prices that they're charging. Where like, because of the middlemen of the insurance companies and everything, like, you might have to charge $3,000 for, like I said, something as simple as taking a thorn out of your dog's paw. But like, you have all the experience. You are a doctor. You know how to do that. You have all the capability. You have the tools, and you'll just do it. Like most people would just do it for free, you know. But if that's not recorded and that's not reported to the insurance companies, if it's not done inside of a practical clinic, if the lights aren't turned on, if somebody's not there to man the front desk or whatever, you can get sued and you could be charged with malpractice for doing something like that. Because of all these different regulatory, that's not free market. Like the government regulations of it all, the government, like, and it's not only the government, but it's like you said, the private, these which I call cartels, which is just to mean partnerships, these organizations of these people contracting with them in order to institute these rules. Yeah, they've made it completely unaffordable and unrealistic for a lot of very simple things. And like, yes, of course, like these rules were instituted under the guise of like, this is for the good of the fact that, like, you know, what if you go under open heart surgery and something happens, and, you know, yeah, I mean, you should be able to sue and everything. But we're not talking about, we're talking about my dog has a thorn stuck in its paw and I don't know how to remove it. And I just need somebody to remove it. My next door neighbor is a veterinarian. He's been doing it for 20 years and he can just do it. And he'll just ask me for a sandwich. But he'll get sued if anyone finds out about it, right? He'll get sued and he might lose his license.
Yeah.
The whole thing with licensing, right? That's the whole thing. Is you got to be a part of this organization, and that's what people don't understand. Like, and that is where it is not a free market, and you have massive costs incurred upon the everyday person and upon these practitioners themselves, where they have to engage with the cartel. They got to do everything that they're asked, otherwise they might lose their license to practice. And that's the whole thing. Like, how could you lose? If you're a doctor, if you're a healer, nobody can tell you how to heal. Like, you just know what to do. You know, you've done it before. You know, I could take this thorn out very easily. Like, and obviously that's a simple example, but that's the example, right? And that's what I'm just trying to talk about. Like,
if I want to pay a random fucking hobo to take a thorn out of my toe, I should be allowed to.
Right, dude. It's you take anybody is the point. Please, somebody help me. Like, the point is that dude's not licensed and everything. That dude's not going to lose his license or whatever. But like, if you're a professional doctor and you do something off cuff, you know, and you don't report it to your board of directors, and you don't make a police report about it or whatever the hell they got going on, then yeah, you might, you know, insurance doesn't cover it, you know, whatever, dude. Like, it just gets, that's all non-free market stuff. Like, free market is like, look, something's wrong with you. I got the power to help you. I'm just going to do it. Like, and I'm allowed to charge whatever I want for it, you know. But with the licensing and everything with those organizations, the AMA, obviously you just gave it as a simple example. Like, yeah, it becomes, it's this bureaucracy thing. And then you have this lawyer, it's a lawfare thing going on all of a sudden. But really what mattered was, like, that guy needed to be helped. You know, my dog was in pain. My dog needed help. He could help me. But that's all real stuff. Like, these vets can do simple clinic things with no cost, and yet I have to charge you $3,000 because you came into my clinic. Well, that's $500. The lights are turned on. You know, I had to open up this syringe. That's $100, whatever. I had to pay the front desk person to be there, because if there's no front desk person there, then I'm not allowed to be there. I don't know the exact rules and everything. I'm not a doctor in that way, but we're totally talking the same thing in that way. And that guy doesn't understand that.
Yeah, he left.
They usually do.
I'm heading out. I'm going to bed. So hope you guys have a good night.
Much love, dude. Good night. Nice talking to you.
You should join my Discord.